everyone, welcome to my reading room. My name is Aayush. Today we are cuddling up with a heartwarming story called Luca's Special Blanket, a gift of love from Grandma by Deniese. It's about a young boy named Luca and his amazing blanket, a gift filled with love from his grandma who lives on a farm. The story explores Luca's adventures with his blanket, transforming it into a superhero cape, a kite, a picnic blanket, and a magic carpet. The emotional core of the story is Luca's connection to his grandmother, emphasized when the blanket loses its special scent after a wash. Grand's visit to repair the blanket restores its magic, highlighting the enduring bond between them. Stella Hong's vibrant illustrations enhance the charm and whimsy of the story, capturing the emotions and imaginative adventures beautifully. Luca's Special Blanket, a gift of love from Grandma, is a touching, beautifully illustrated tale, celebrating the love between grandparents and grandchildren. It's a perfect bedtime story, filled with love, warmth, and the magic of childhood imagination. Let's see what kind of adventures they have together. Luca's Special Blanket, a gift of love from Grandma. Written by Deniese, illustrated by Stella Hong. Luca's grandma lives far away on a tiny farm where she has lots of special animals. There's a tiny three-legged dog who loves to play, a cow with only half of a horn and no tail, and there's a cat who can't see. And best of all, there is her special sheep, whose wool has lots of colors. Luca loves visits from Gran, who always wears a pink and purple jacket. She tells him all about her special animals. The sheep is his favorite. Luca is always sad when it is time for Grandma to go back to her farm. He stands with his mommy and waves as she walks away. She waves back at him and blows him a kiss. Gran, he weeps. I know, honey, Mommy says. Gran will be back as soon as she can. Grandma is sad to leave Luca too. When she gets home, she finds that her house feels big and quiet. She decides to make Luca a special gift. She knits him a soft, warm blanket using wool from his favorite sheep. Grandma puts the blanket in a box, wraps the box up in tissue paper, and ties it with a bow. Then she walks to the post office and sends it by special delivery. One morning, the postman arrives with something for Luca, a parcel with a note which says, My dearest Luca, I made this blanket on my farm with wool from my sheep. When nights are cold, it will keep you warm. In each stitch is a special kiss for all the days I will miss. Love, Gran. Luca loves his blanket. It smells like cinnamon and warmth, and most of all, his Gran. He names it Blankie. Luca and Blankie become best of friends. He takes Blankie everywhere, and together they get into lots of mischief. Sometimes they are superheroes, and sometimes Blankie is a kite. Blankie is also an excellent picnic blanket and a wonderful magic carpet. But best of all, Luca loves to hold Blankie while he sleeps. With Blankie close, Luca has magical dreams of extraordinary animals and super cool machines. But one morning, while Luca and Blankie are playing hide and seek with Daddy, Blankie snags on the table. This is the beginning of a rough day for Blankie. At lunch, Blankie's corner gets dipped into Luca's soup. And then at dinner, Luca doesn't like his vegetables. Almost all the Brussels sprouts end up on Blankie. By bath time, Blankie is looking a little dingy. And after bath time, Blankie is a little wet too. So are Mommy and Daddy. By bedtime, Blankie is dingy, fuzzy, messy, and wet. But Luca doesn't care. Blankie goes everywhere. Time for bed, Blankie, he says. But Mommy doesn't let damp and dingy Blankie into Luca's bed. Instead, Blankie gets a special wash and is hung out to dry. The next day, he is given back to Luca, nice and clean. Luca is pleased to have Blankie back, but something is wrong. He cuddles Blankie close to try to figure out what it could be. The grand smell is gone, he says sadly. The week after, Grandma comes for another visit. She has her special wool inside a basket and promptly sits down to repair Blankie's fuzzy bits. This makes Luca very happy, especially when Gran makes him hot chocolate and her yummy cinnamon rolls. When Gran leaves, Luca cuddles Blankie close, and Blankie smells just right. The end.